रूपम अश्विनौ व्यक्तं इष्टं मनीषाणा हमं मनीषाणा सर्वं मनीषाणा ॐ तच्छं जोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुष्येभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शं नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Hare, not on. Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. What do we need the mic? Rama Rama.
Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Adotiko Shobha Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Kiba Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Adotiko Shobha Kiba Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Arotiko Shobha Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Jagajana Mandaloba Jagajana Mandaloba Orangera Rotiko Shobha Jagajana Mandaloba Jagajana Manalobha Jagajana Manalobha Haribol 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 Nitai Goda Haribol Dakine Nitai Chan Bamega Dadhara Nikate Advaita Srini Vaschatradhara Você Ache Gaura Chan Ratna Singhasane Korena Brahma Adideva Gane Narari Adi Kori Shamarajulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadigaya Shankar Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Shankar Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Baje Paramarasala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Bahu Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujvala Gala Deshevana Mala Kore Jhalamala Shiva Shukanarada Prime Gada Gada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Thakur Bhakti Vinoda Teke Gaurara Sampada Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arutiko Shobha Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arutiko Shobha Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Jana Vitatavane Jagamana Loba Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Madhur 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 Baje Madhur, Madhur, Madhur Baje Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arutiko Shobha Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arutiko Shobha Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hadaya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Hare Hadaya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jagannath, Jai Shishigonitai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Gauda Premanande, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki, Shri Harinam Mantra Ki, Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki, Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gauda Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gauda Hari Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Shrimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnavini Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gokopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Sambeta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. Shri Yogapeeth Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Haribo.
Hare Krishna, please be seated. So we'll like to make a way and give away. So we don't need to sit, we'll have a seat here. No, nursing prayer we do at the end because we keep some devotees come late, so at least they get one prayer. So please, devotee, please be seated, facing towards this side, this TV you can see. Don't face backward to God or to the speaker. Those who are senior or needs to sit in the chair, you're most welcome. There are plenty of chairs. Please be seated, everyone. And please come forward and sit so that a lot of devotees can be accommodated. Say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ananda, give it to Harisankar. Harisankar, give it to Martha. So, we are very fortunate and delighted today to have our special guest. Please, yeah. Vaisesika Maharaj and Mother Nirgula. So please give a big round of applause and say Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. So those are already ISB devotees or tribally here. Thank you. They know. Those who are newcomers to Yogapeeth, there are at least 7-8 families which has come today. So, sorry, I'm blocking. So just to like to introduce, Vaisesika Maharaj is disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and his dear wife, Mother Nirgula. They served ISKCON for last almost 45 years, 50? 53 years. 50 plus. So it's like kind of half century. So it's always amazing. And Prabhuji's heart is always just like Srila Prabhupada came with in two hands. One hand is holy name, another is Bhagavatam, like Bhagavad Vidya and the holy name. So always, if you see, this is Bhagavatam, you can see, that's always, he's an encyclopedia of everything you can know about Bhagavatam. He's read many times, he taught many times, and he distributed hundreds of times. And also taught the distributors who know how to distribute Bhagavatam. So we are very happy. I don't want to take much time. Let's hear from him and understand Srimad Bhagavatam. If you have any questions, there will be 2 microphones. Prabhuji is very interactive to give also newcomers a chance to ask any basic question, dumb question. We have a book called 4 Questions. If you cannot answer, you can get the book also. Okay. So you get it from here. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Bali Mardan Prabhu, for inviting us to come to this jewel of a temple here, much needed in the desert of Tri Valley, where you're bringing life, and grateful to Ananda Vrindavan. Both of them work together so hard, and all the devotees who are leading the effort here. Thank you very much. And all of you who are congregating here and taking seriously the Krishna consciousness movement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go pray Manande Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. We're reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam. I was given a 10th canto, part 2. So that must mean something. I see that the bookmark is still in place. And I'm going to read to you from the 14th chapter of this book, text number 8. Tate nukampam susamikshamano unjana evatma kritam vipakam hridvagvapurbir vidadam namaste jivete yo mukti pade sadayabad. Here Brahma is speaking, and the translation of this very famous verse is, "My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim." Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami explains in his commentary that just as a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain an inheritance from his father, one who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness, following the regulative principles of bhakti yoga, automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God. The word susamikshamana indicates that a devotee earnestly awaits the mercy of the Supreme Lord, even while suffering the painful effects of previous sinful activities. Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that a devotee who fully surrenders unto him is no longer liable to suffer the reactions of his previous karma. However, because in his mind a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reactions. The purpose of the entire creation of God is to rectify the living entity's tendency to enjoy without the Lord, and therefore the particular punishment given for a sinful activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentality that produced the activity. Although a devotee has surrendered to the Lord's devotional service until he is completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of this world. The Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. It is rather the Lord's special mercy for inducing his devotee to completely let go of the material world and return home back to Godhead. A sincere devotee earnestly desires to go back to the Lord's abode. Therefore, he willingly accepts the Lord's merciful punishment and continues offering respects and obeisances to the Lord with his heart, words, and body. Such a devotee, a bona fide servant of the Lord, considering all hardship a small price to pay for gaining the personal association of the Lord, certainly becomes a legitimate son of God, as indicated here by the words Daya Bhak. Just as one cannot approach the sun without becoming fire, one cannot approach the Supreme Pure, Lord Krishna, without undergoing a rigid purificatory process, which may appear like suffering, but which is in fact a curative treatment administered by the personal hand of the Lord. I first offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to all the previous acharyas, and to all the assembled devotees. Vanja kalpadribhishcha kripa sindhave evacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. How beautiful is this altar with Jagannath on top and Shishigonitai in the middle. And we were just treated to the song written by the pen of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In fact, I was just in London. We were just in London, and we went to the house of Kartik Chandra Prabhu, who happened to be friends with a disciple of one of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's disciples. And before he left the world, because he had such a close relationship with Kartik Chandra Prabhu, he had sent him some artifacts from Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He had 3 pairs of the glasses of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. They're the same spectacles you see him wearing in pictures. He only had 3 in his lifetime. There was no lens crafter at that time. They're made of solid gold, the frames. And then he had a collection of pens. Some of them were the pens of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and some were pens of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And one of them, they traced to the way the calligraphy was done to the parchment upon which he wrote that song that we just sang. And I got to hold that pen. I felt a deep connection. It was inexplicable how we had gone to their house and he had these tadiya, those things used by pure devotees there. And I was thinking of the great tradition that we're in, which is the mood of this verse. Pure devotional service is very rare in this world, and having association with those who have no ulterior motive in worshiping the Lord, only the intention of serving the Lord out of a sense of love, are very rare in this world. But one pure devotee can touch the hearts of many by his or her teachings, example. And Srila Prabhupada has done this. He came to teach what nobody else was teaching. Many people had come to talk about yoga, meditation, and so forth. They generally advertised themselves. Srila Prabhupada's movement was not known as the Prabhupada movement. It was known as the Hare Krishna movement. So Prabhupada emphasized Krishna, whereas many other organizations are known by the names of the acharyas there. It's their particular name. Prabhupada's only intention was to bring our attention to Krishna. This verse is consequential for all of us. There's a way in which Tatenu Kampamsu Samikshamano is the quintessential attitude by which we qualify ourselves to go back home, back to Godhead. Sadaya Bhak means one is an inheritor of the kingdom of God. So there's a couple important points that are in the purport. Firstly, Sridhar Swami, the great commentator that was adored by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has said that just as the son of a rich man has one duty, and what's that duty? Stay alive somehow or another, because of the law of primogeniture, he will inherit the wealth of the father. And in a similar way, we're asked, encouraged, to somehow or other stay alive in Krishna consciousness, because one who does so will inherit the kingdom of God, Sadaya Bhak. And how might one do this, or what would it look like for somebody who's staying alive in Krishna consciousness? Well, the verse says that one who accepts whatever comes as the mercy of the Lord, and says Atmakritam, that whatever adversity there is in this life is Krishna's mercy. In fact, he's only given me a token of suffering just to help me along on the spiritual path. And as Prabhupada comments, when anything good comes, a devotee thinks, I didn't deserve it. It's Krishna's mercy. When some reversal comes, he thinks, I deserved much more. But Krishna gave me only a small token to remind me that this world is not my home, and to relieve me of any last attachments I may have to the material world. Krishna, in fact, says this in the Mahabharata, and it's in the Srimad Bhagavatam, that he says that I oftentimes assist a devotee by taking things away. Of course, he can also give. In the case of Sudama, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we note that Sudama had become attached to detachment. And when he had gone to see Krishna, he had no designs on getting something. He only went at the behest of his wife, who thought, you're so skinny and you have nothing, we're so poor, you might as well go see your friend. He is the all-opulent Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after Sudama had met with Krishna, on the way home, having apparently received no material gain, he thought, Krishna's so kind, because he knew that if he had given me something, I might have been deviated from the path of devotional service. However, when he returned to his ramshackle hut that he had left from, it had been transformed to an opulent palace. His wife looked like a demigoddess, and he himself changed in demeanor, stature, not demeanor, in stature, in physical changes, and he was all opulent. Of course, he lived his life detached from all of that, but we find in the commentary of that section that Krishna gave him wealth because he noted that he was attached to being skinny and without anything. And Krishna, therefore, is our best friend, and he helps to adjust our consciousness as we practice devotional service, and we may pray sincerely, Krishna, please help me on the path of devotional service. He may create circumstances in our life where we feel compelled to give up the last vestiges of attachment we have to the material world. And the devotee recognizes this and says, this is the Lord's compassion upon me. Think of Parikshit Maharaj after he had gone on an excursion to the forest, and uncharacteristically he became thirsty, because he was a Raja Rishi. Although he's a king, he's a Kshatriya, he had sense control. It was uncharacteristic of him to become thirsty on an excursion in the forest, but by the Lord's arrangement he did. And after that, having gone into Shamika Rishi's hermitage to get some water, the sage, being fully absorbed in meditation, didn't recognize the king. If you've ever had somebody not recognize you, you might have felt a twinge, like, what am I, not here or what? What's the problem? He had that feeling in his heart, and out of a sense of indignancy, he picked up a dead snake that just happened to be nearby, wrapped it around the sage's neck. This was the ancient form of road rage, where he suddenly felt angry and picked up the snake. And that caused an inordinate reaction. This is providence, providential. That by doing that, in that one instance of losing his temper, then it led to a chain reaction. Shringi, the little son of Parikshit Maharaj that became, of the sage, the son of the sage named Shringi, who noted what had happened, then uttered a curse. And it just happened to be potent. There's a scene where Parikshit Maharaj learns about the curse, goes back to his home, and then prepares to leave. And his mood is noted by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his teachings to Sanatana Goswami, when he talks about those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness. In fact, it's on a list of 9 items that you can note for those who are observing their own internal state of consciousness, of developing what is called bhava, or deep emotion for worshiping Krishna. Interestingly, the first is forgiveness, shantir, which means, or in the context of Parikshit Maharaj, when he found that he was cursed, there was some indication that he could reverse it. He was a very powerful person. Maybe there could be some negotiation. But he said, instead, let the snake bird, which was what the little son of Shamika Rishi had conjured, bite me at once. I don't care. Let the snake bird come. He said, I only ask that all of you, those who are attending him, go on speaking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is one of the symptoms of somebody who has developed the determination to go back to Godhead. That although the curse came, and it was harsh, it said 7 days to live, he accepted it. Shantir, avyarta kalatvam. Second, besides forgiveness, which is that mood that he exhibited, that whatever it is, let it come. It's providential. And he noted that I needed that. That's in the spirit of Tatenu Kampam Susumikshamanu. I wouldn't have done it myself, he said. I was attached to my kingdom. Although he's a Raja Rishi, he's a pure devotee, still he said, I was attached to all my possessions and my kingdom and so forth. He said, Krishna's so kind. He came here in the form of this curse, and he's asking me to come with him. That's how he took it. It's called Shantir. This is a state of conscious, state of heart, that whatever comes, I'll take it as Krishna's mercy. Tattenu kampam susumikshamano. Devotees always looking, oh, here's Krishna's mercy coming to me in a particular way. And then avyarta kalatvam is the second on the list that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned to Sanatana Goswami. Avyarta kalatvam means one has a sense that this life is temporary. At any moment, I can be asked to leave. There's no guarantee. In fact, Prabhupada mentions in a lecture that a materialist thinks I will live forever, and a transcendentalist thinks I can drop at any moment, and is very much aware of that. So Parikshit Maharaj then said, I don't want to waste any time dealing with the details of this curse. I just want to go on hearing and chanting. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives Parikshit Maharaj as an example of someone who is representative of this verse of Lord Brahma. Tattenu kampam susubikshamano bunjana evatmakritam vibhakam. Therefore, Brahma here is giving us a standard so we can understand how we can adjust ourselves in order to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead and also go back home, back to Godhead. The second line of the verse, Bunjana evatmakritam vipakam. Atmakritam means a devotee thinks, whatever comes to me has come because of my own actions. Atmakritam. And therefore, he doesn't put blame on anyone else except for him or herself and thinks, I've been in the material world thrashing around, therefore, whatever comes to me, that's a result of my own activities. It's a psychological condition here in this world to blame somebody else. And the ultimate person to blame is God. Krishna mentions this in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha. There's three attitudes that people develop when they're steeped in materialistic consciousness. One is called Raga, which means that one becomes overheated and attracted to the temporary. We're eternal, but we look at the temporary things of this world and think, I'd like that. This is called asat trishna. Trishna means thirst, and asat means that which is temporary. And this causes us to suffer because we have no relationship, no lasting relationship with anything in this world. And when we look at it and think that we can enjoy it, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kunte anate shuramate buna. That if you get attached to things that are temporary, they have a beginning and an end, he said that's when you suffer. In fact, Prahlad Maharaj says in his teachings to his school friends that as soon as you start thinking about how to enjoy temporary things, before you even try for it, just think about it, and he said that's when you start to suffer. And so one who becomes attached to temporary things suffers. And then he says, Bhaya, we become afraid that God is against me. This is not true. Krishna is our friend, and he's trying to help us. I saw a little video of somebody trying to free a deer who had rope tied around its horns. And as he tried to untangle the deer's horns, which would have hindered his livelihood or his survival, the deer felt very afraid and was pulling away from the man who actually risked his life to save the deer because he had very long, sharp horns. And whoever was taking the video from a smartphone kept saying, "Be careful, John, be careful." Somehow the man was determined to free the deer. He had a sense. So I don't want this creature who's ignorant of what's happened to him to go free, because he won't survive. And he tried again and again. He finally succeeded in getting the rope off. I just tell you that to give you a little relief. But it was a harrowing experience. And as I watched that, I was thinking, this resembles the living entity in this world who feels entangled, feels that he's being assaulted, things taken away. Why can't I be happy in the world? God must be against me. And thrashes. Meanwhile, Krishna's trying to take the ropes off of us and free us, but we take it as a kind of attack. And this is bhaya, or fear. And then krodha, we become angry. And one part of anger is cynicism. All over the world, people are cynical. If you bring up God, people will say, "Oh, we've heard that before." Long lists of ways in which God doesn't exist, or we're not dependent on God, and so forth. And so, letting go of these psychological anomalies by realizing that Krishna is always for us. He's our best friend. Whatever comes to us is his special mercy. Then Sadaya Bhak, one can inherit the kingdom of God. And Prabhupada, commenting on this verse elsewhere, says, if you remain steady in devotional service and depend on Krishna, then it's guaranteed that you will develop in such a way that you'll be prepared to go back home, back to Godhead. This is not well known in the world. People have incomplete knowledge about how to worship God. And therefore, even though they take to a religious process, they may have some sense of doubt or unsteadiness. However, the Srimad Bhagavatam gives a complete understanding of not only how Krishna's energies are working, but also who God is. And this is vital because without the vision of the personality of Godhead, and without understanding the means by which we can engage in a relationship with him, then we'll be left wanting. So today in Tri-Valley, there are millions of people. Are there millions? Hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands? Ask ChatGPT. And most of them are struggling. They're all struggling because they don't have Krishna. So this beautiful little center is the beginning of something which is authorized by the great acharyas, and which is something that Srila Prabhupada envisioned, the Lord Chaitanya envisioned, that groups would come together in communities all over the world and cultivate this mood of Krishna consciousness, of pure devotional service, and propagate the simple process by which people could become happy. And it is as follows. Number 1, chant Hare Krishna. I could just say number 2, chant Hare Krishna, number 3, chant Hare Krishna. But we also include here Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of devotees. And if we have the sense that the only thing missing in the lives of people in this world, or in our lives for that matter, is Krishna, then we'll be able to take the remedy, which is to chant Krishna's names. Prabhupada has prescribed 16 rounds for those who are serious and want to come to a stable platform and make advancement in devotional service. And also hearing from the Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular daily basis. This is prescribed in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself. You'll find in the first section of the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Nivrittatarsha rupagiyamana bhavaushadach chotramano biramat ka uttama shloka gunanavardad puman virajeta vina pashugnat. That there's a medicine you can take to relieve yourself from the rigors of material entrapment. And that is to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam in the association of devotees. And it's aushadhi. It's a medicinal dose. And anybody can take it, except for those who are so dedicated to killing themselves or killing animals that it's hard for them to hear. But even they can be brought closer to Krishna consciousness by getting a little prasadam, hearing the holy names, and having the association of devotees. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, in the verse I quoted earlier, where he says, Vita raga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashrita bhavo jnana tapasa hutamad bhava magata, which means, although these anomalies are there in the material mind of the conditioned soul, he said many people have overcome this. How? By jnana tapasa, which means by getting knowledge, the austerity of knowledge, he says. Instead of scrolling, you get Srimad Bhagavatam. And by that you get puta, purification. So we have this mission to conquer the Bay Area. And you're all deputized now. Lord Chaitanya already gave an instruction, Bharata Bhumite Hoila Manusha Janmajar, Janma Sarkari Para Upakar. He said, if you're born in Bharat, I wasn't born in Bharat, but I'm showing by example how you should raise your hand if you were. He said, then you should dedicate yourself to Para Upakar, doing good for others. That's your job. That's the price you pay for being born in Bharat, having the advantage of being born there. You have to give this to other people. And somehow or other, now you're all in America. This is where Prabhupada came, specifically because of his spiritual master's order to start the Krishna conscious movement. So you're bringing up the rear. That Prabhupada started it here, and you've all come here by force of maybe occupation in some cases, but that's Krishna's arrangement. He's placed you here strategically just so that you can give Krishna consciousness to everybody in the Bay Area. That means not just those who came from India, but also those who were born in any country of the world and who have come and been assimilated here into the great melting pot of the United States. It's your opportunity now to rise to the occasion. And this is ISKCON's mission, to have strategic places around the world. And there's no better place than the Bay Area, in my opinion, to strategically design a way in which to reach out to people from every part of the world. How many different kinds of people would you say have enclaves here in the Bay Area? Let's name a few. Huh? I can't hear you. Okay, people who speak Arabic or from a culture that is from the Middle East, perhaps. There are Iranians here. There are people from the Middle East. There are Afghanis. Would you like to inculcate Krishna consciousness into those enclaves of people? Okay, 3 people said yes? Come on, team. And then, what other kinds of people live in the Bay Area? I mean, if you don't know, just ask AI. It'll tell you exactly the demographics. What? Spanish-speaking people. Probably very few Spanish people, but there are a lot of Spanish-speaking people here in the Bay Area. And, okay, Vietnamese, Chinese. Huh? Russians. And what did you say? Some Japanese here. There's Japantown in San Francisco. Chinese, the Mandarin speaking, Cantonese speaking, fewer Cantonese speaking people, people from Israel. Bay Area has representatives of people from all over the world. And it is our prerogative to find the ways and means to reach out to those people and give them an opportunity to take to Krishna consciousness. I just came from Italy, where we had our annual general meeting for the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. Trustees and directors were there. And one of the main points that came up is because we're also producing digital copies of all of Prabhupada's books, a big push is on to make sure that they're in every language of the world. Of course, we'll triage and put them in the languages that are most strategic to begin with, but it gives an opportunity for everyone to think about how to reach out to people and give them an opportunity to take Krishna consciousness, because every town and village means every language. And the medium is through sound, Shruti. And we have that here. Think of this as that sound vibration that happened when Parikshit Maharaj inquired from Shukadeva Goswami. It was repeated at Naimisharanya forest. And it's been passed down through disciplic succession, through our acharyas. In fact, the message has become expanded because Krishna spoke it to Brahma in 4 verses, the beginning of creation. And now we have it in written form, and we also are able to imbibe it ourselves and speak it to other people. So you have a great opportunity here. There are hundreds of thousands of people waiting for you to knock on their doors or to meet them in marketplaces, at universities. Where else? You know where to go. Farmers markets. And at fairs, there are many events that you can go to. So it's not how many people we seat, it's how many people we send that counts. We want to empower everyone. I've been rambling for about 40 minutes now, and I'm curious to hear from you. Do you have any comments or questions that you'd like to ask? Yes. Can always count on you for a question, because you're very bright and always eager to ask. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for the wonderful discourse. I was just wondering, why is that mentality of wanting to live forever and enjoy the material world forever, the material energy, like present in the mind of karmis, despite the sufferings that they endure, that are maybe sometimes even more than what devotees endure?
There's foundational evidence for this in the Bhagavatam. First of all, a general statement on this is given by the Navayogendras. They say, Bhayam dvitiya abhinibesha tasyad ishad apetasya viparya yosmriti. They describe our situation. And when I say our situation, I'm talking about those who are living beings, who are eternal parts and parcels of Krishna. We're the same in quality, but different in quantity. In other words, we're tiny. Kesha grasha tabaga sha sharam sha shadrishatmaka jiva sukshma swarupa yam sankyatito hichitkanaha. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught Sanatana Goswami that the soul is a chitkana. It's a tiny little particle. He said it's 1/10,000th size of the tip of the hair. He was quoting from Shastra. So the soul is tiny, but it has the same quality as Krishna. And in that quality means there's free will. Although our free will is minute because we're so small. We're not the supreme controller. We're tiny little controllers. And when we mistakenly turn away from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ishad apetasya, when we turn our heads away from God, apetasya, viparyaya. Viparya means we're in an opposite position from our real nature, which is that we're eternal servants of Krishna. Viparyado smritihi. Our mentality becomes that as a challenger of God. We're trying to compete here to be God, to be the center, and so forth. We fall into this situation here in the material world. And what was your specific question?
Maharaj, yeah, my question was, why is that mentality of wanting to live forever present despite their sufferings?
And despite their suffering. Then you come to Krishna's arrangement for all living beings, which is to accommodate them. And Krishna mentions this in a general form in the Bhagavad Gita, where he says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu nami dveshos tinapriya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. He says, I give a neutral ground for all souls. Samoham. I'm equal to everybody means I give an opportunity for every soul to express his or her free will. Won't interfere with the free will. Which means that if the soul wants to turn away from Krishna, then Krishna accommodates that. So much so, you'll notice in third canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the discussion between Maitreya and Vidura, that Brahma, in the beginning of creation, is charged with giving various layers of illusion so that we can falsely try to enjoy the material world. Because after all, Krishna wants to give us a fair chance to try to enjoy the material world. So there's these different coverings that Brahma brings to the living being so that the soul forgets that I'm a servant of God and starts to think that I'm independent and I'm this body. These are coverings of consequence that then, well, just consider that if you remembered all your past lives, or even your last life, it would be very confusing. So in order to compartmentalize and give us opportunity in each life to try to enjoy separately from Krishna, Krishna affords us a kind of an illusory existence. You can put on your mask, which is a virtual reality, and see through that. That's on one side. On the other side, Krishna asserts himself again and again, coming to this world to give knowledge of himself, to show himself as the savior of the living being, and he sends his representatives again and again to come to this world. So you have both sides. He offers an equal playing field, samaham sarvabhuteshu, but he won't compel the living being to come back to him. That's the choice of living being. And so the reason, to get to the answer to your question, that we suffer in the material world and we go on trying is because of being turned around in the wrong direction and accepting the illusion. It's a simple process to come out of illusion because we have nothing to do with the material world. Asango hyayam purushaha. And the rest of the verse that I quoted earlier from 11:17-20 was Bhayam dvitiya binibesha tasyad ishad apetase viparyo smriti tanmaya ya tam buddha abhajat tam bhakjaika yesham gurudeva tatma. It says simply turn around and embrace your nature, which is to be an eternal servant of Krishna, and take instruction from the disciplic succession so you can achieve this, and you'll be free from suffering. But there's a way in which sometimes people, when they go to court, they claim ignorance. This is called willful ignorance. They'll say, I didn't know, when they actually did. And there's a thin veil. Living entities can pierce that veil very easily if they want to. And therefore Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityaja, give this up and just surrender to me. So why do we suffer? It's because of a wrong-headed conception that I'll enjoy in the material world. And therefore, Krishna speaks the Bhagavad Gita to dissuade us from this idea that we can independently enjoy. It gives us an opportunity to come back to Him. What else did you hear? Yes, Prabhu? I was driving over here today and we had a call with Asia, what's it called? Oceania. We have regular calls to organize book distribution in different parts of the world. So our call on Saturday nights is to Oceania, which includes Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji. So every time I have a call, I get a free bottle of water imported from Fiji. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Rupa Goswami says to, I think, Sanatana Goswami or someone, Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. So the highest goal in life is to become a pure devotee of Krishna. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to this material world to establish the Sankirtana. And we understand that, and we hear this philosophy day in, day out. But sometimes the mind tricks us. Maybe this is not the best, the ultimate goal in life. How do we not fall into the trick of being, directed to other things like sense gratification and money?
You could read the Bhagavad Gita. That's the best solution. People often overlook the Bhagavad Gita because they think, oh, that's too simple. Or they say, I already know Bhagavad Gita, which isn't true. I meet people all the time in public and they say, I already know that. And I said, okay, I'll give you a quiz. If you pass the quiz, you can go. If not, you got to buy a Bhagavad Gita for you and all your cousins too. And often, very rarely do I meet somebody who actually knows Bhagavad Gita. In fact, even in the Krishna conscious movement, not that many people read Bhagavad Gita because they're too busy or they don't know the benefit of it. That's why there's a Gita Mahatmya that glorifies the potency of the Bhagavad Gita. And it's always important to go back to basics. And so Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that anyone who listens to this conversation, who studies the conversation between myself and Arjuna, worships me by his intelligence. And if you read it again and again, you'll find that your intelligence becomes purified. It's a kind of worship when you listen to the Bhagavad Gita. How are you worshiping? By your intelligence. Because the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada labels it the Vedic intelligence in a purport in second canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, second chapter, 35th verse ending in Anumapakai. He describes the Bhagavad Gita as the Vedic intelligence. Wouldn't you like to be connected to the Vedic intelligence? And elsewhere it's described as the intelligence of God. And people talk about God this, God that, but if you have access to the intelligence of God and you can listen to it, that's the benefit of being a human being, is that you get to read the Bhagavad Gita. If you're a human being, raise your hand. Then if you're a human being and you read the Bhagavad Gita, then you're doing the right thing. If you're a human being and you don't read the Bhagavad Gita, then you're missing the greatest opportunity, because there's nothing better than Bhagavad Gita. And not many people read it. They just say they read it, or they keep it in their house and say, we believe in Bhagavad Gita. But the trick is to actually read it. I was on a Zoom call earlier with a bunch of kids, and we have this system where whenever we have our call, we always read a chapter of Bhagavad Gita together, Sanskrit and English, and then we discuss some of the purports. And the effect is amazing every time you read it. When I was in London, because we were zipping around here, there, and everywhere, every time we'd jump in the car, I'd pull out my phone and open my Bhagavad Gita app, and I started reading chapters. And so I had a minimum of 3 chapters a day of hearing the Bhagavad Gita. And nobody told me to stop. Right? Because people could have got annoyed in the car. It's like, here he goes again. But nobody said that because it's so interesting to hear Bhagavad Gita. I remember when I first got a Bhagavad Gita when I was a kid, it was just translations. And I couldn't wait to get home from school and read the Bhagavad Gita again. And I know from that very beginning of reading Bhagavad Gita that it fortifies you. And now we have Bhagavad Gita as it is. We last year, as a ISKCON International Society, we sold over 5 million Bhagavad Gitas. But I can tell you what Prabhupada would say, because he said it to us in San Francisco in 1973 when our temple president introduced us. Prabhupada said, these guys sold this many books. You know what Prabhupada said? You must also read my books. He said, I've not written these just for selling. We have to read Bhagavad Gita. We have to be up on Bhagavad Gita. And so when your mind's tricking you, it means you're not reading enough Bhagavad Gita. That's what it means. And if you read at least a chapter of Bhagavad Gita a day, or at least a verse anyway, then you won't get tricked. You won't get fooled again. The old boss, same as the new boss. It just comes in over and over again, the same old trick of Maya. But you can't get tricked if you read Bhagavad Gita. In fact, you can tell people that out on the street, so that you won't get fooled again if you take this Bhagavad Gita and read it every day. So that's the solution to everything. Where's your Bhagavad Gita? Do you know where it is right now? In your purse? Yeah? Show it. There, show the Bhagavad Gita. And look at her tilak, and she's not bewildered. She's not tricked by Maya. No, she gets up, puts her tilak on, because she has a Bhagavad Gita. And if you carry a Bhagavad Gita with you wherever you go, and you read it every day, you'll never get tricked by Maya. That's how to trick Maya back. And Prabhupada said, you should defeat death before death defeats you. So it's a race for time, right? We don't have much time. You have to really lean into the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Yes. Okay, so today is a really important day because we're on a schedule and we're working towards September 26th. That's a full moon day. It's called Bhadra, and the month is Bhadra, and the full moon is out on that day. It's Purnima. That's a big day because all over the world, on every continent of the world right now, people have put up signs and come together as communities for a specific global goal, which is to distribute at least 100,008 Srimad Bhagavatam sets this year, 2026, just this year, up to September 26, Bhadra Purnima. And therefore, devotees are mobilizing everywhere. And even little Fiji, they're so excited. And we were just talking to them when they were showing us slides. So as we were driving in the car, I was watching on my phone. They have devotees in New Zealand. It's very hard to find any people there. There's not that many people in New Zealand. And there's not many people walking around that heard of Srimad Bhagavatam before. But bless their hearts. They've sincerely mobilized in such a way they can show the Bhagavatam. They can make it available to people. Same in Fiji. Their first goal several years ago was to distribute 4 Bhagavatam sets. Now they're looking at 100 Bhagavatam sets because they realized more and more capacity. And so you're part of a great tradition here, and that is the tradition that Prabhupada established following Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. And to put yourselves on the map here in Tri-Valley, you can have a big showing for distributing Srimad Bhagavatams during Bhadra Purnima. All the devotees here who are acquainted with this process know that there's a way in which you can have a yajna, which is, by the way, the antidote to suffering in the material world. I could have mentioned that earlier. If you do yajna, make some sacrifice for Krishna, then what does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? You know. Yes, say the verse. Yagnartat kamano nyatra. She's got a Bhagavad Gita in her purse. Yagnartat kamano nyatra loko yam karma bandhana tarartam karma konteya mukta sangha samatra. What does that mean? It means all problems are solved if you do some sacrifice for God. That's a simple process, right? So what's the best sacrifice? It's the sacrifice of knowledge, giving people knowledge. And if you take a little tapasya on yourself, you don't have to go out in the hot sun, nor do you have to go into freezing cold environment. All you have to do is try to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam. And one of the ways of doing that is just unburden yourself by taking some Lakshmi, meaning money, that you've earned. It's a great burden to keep money. It just causes anxiety because no matter how much you get, tell me if I'm wrong, no matter how much you get, you think it's not enough. Yes. Yeah, you have 1.5 million and you think like, God, that's nothing anymore. How am I going to survive on that, right? Yes. And so the solution is to give it to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And we've had this process for many years over in the other part of Silicon Valley, which is ISV. And we make this big imaginary fire pit. And then devotees are invited to put some Lakshmi money into it to sponsor Srimad Bhagavatam sets so that other people can receive them. And this is one of the ways in which a community becomes very vibrant is to perform the sacrifice. So Bali Mardan Prabhu had asked me to mention this, that he felt by taking the pulse of the community here that the devotees were very eager to perform some kind of yajna. So he told me to bring it up. I've brought it up. And here's these Bhagavatam sets strategically placed. And now I've already mentioned Bhadra Purnima, so it seems that something's coming. An opportunity, it feels like.
Yes, Prabhuji. So it is. Any questions? So what you do is after program, you can also will have an opportunity to meet Maharaj and Guru Ma. So don't worry if you miss. In case you want to learn more, there is a book I call 4 Questions, which will be also available. So the next thing is we'll just show a video, a 5-minute video, and then after that we wanted to do a little bit of awareness of the Bhadra campaign, how you support it. And then I have a big surprise. The best is that for the end, okay?
Big surprise.
So can somebody, our control room, the video? Huh?
Yeah. He's good too.
Turn up the light there.
Does he come from the disciplic succession of Ramananda
Somebody can you turn
Saka?
up the light? beloved leader, HG Vaisesika Maharaj, we are able to open a new center in Yogapeeth for the pleasure of the residents of Tri-Central Valley area. I'm very grateful to all the volunteers and the members for joining here for many programs like Kirtan nights, the Gita, Japa class, retreat, camping, picnic, unity runs, and many more programs with our special guests and local preachers coming to preach for all of you. And our goal is twofold. One, distribute more books. Two, cultivate more devotees. I would like to congratulate all of you and also welcome you. Thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna, Om Tat Sat. Can you turn on the light? Okay. So as you know, Haribol, is it good? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah. So thank you for watching. So as you know, chanting, it takes 8 to 10 minutes, 7 minutes. So we'll take only 10 minutes of this special event of asking to pledge for donations or sponsoring a Bhagavatam. So what does it mean is, Srimad Bhagavatam, one set in America costs $250. There are many people in the Bay Area, many parts of the America are unable to read it. So at least from your pocket of money, if you sponsor $250. If you have a friend back in India called Gramya Dan, so either your relatives, your uncle, your cousin, your grandpa, you wanted to give a sets of Bhagavatam, it's also $150. And you can take a combo which is $400, you said sponsor here and also in India. Or you can choose multiple. The reason for that, what I am saying is, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18.69, those who distribute my transcendental knowledge, there is no one as dear to me, those persons. So my humble opinion and humble request to all of you, as Vaisesika Maharaj is here, and it's a special event, Guru Ma's birthday, so what else we can give an offering on this day?
I would like to sponsor one set of Bhagavatams
Hari
for
Bol.
my wife Nirkula on her birthday.
Hare Krishna. Great starting. Yes. You're taking combo or what? US only, okay. One for Suvarna Gopika Mataji. Please raise your hand. Okay, Ananda Brindavan. Hari Bol. Ananda Brindavan. 2 sets for US and, yeah, 2 for US for pleasure of Guru Ma and Vaisesika Maharaj. Hari Bol. Sadashiv Prabhu. 2 for US? Okay. 2 for US, Sadashiv Prabhu. Anybody else? Hari Bol. Sharad Prabhu. One Bhagavatam sets for US. Is the raise of hand? Tadyasha Prabhu. Hare Krishna. One for US, right? Yes. Tadyasha Prabhuji. One. Anyone else? Yes. Puja Mataji. For US. Puja Mataji, please. Hare Krishna. She's just coming very recently, but very, very enthusiastic in supporting the cause. Antariksh Prabhu. One for US. One for US. Kamal and Hema. His wife does the fundamental, this most cooking part and all, helping. They're coming newcomers here and helping out lot in the Yogapeeth. Thank you, Prabhuji, for supporting the Bhagavatam. Okay, anybody else? Wait. Hari Bol, Hari Shankatan. 2 sets. There is someone writing in the text, I think.
No, I think I just wanted to say that Shendrik Prabhu is sponsoring on behalf of his and Vaibhav Prabhu's friend Ravi, who is visiting the center for the first time. He's sponsoring one set to give to him, who's visiting for the first time.
Haribo.
Devotees, when time passes, it goes. So we have 5 more minutes. So please make sure. Suman. One for India. For your Guru Maharaj, India. Please give one. Suman. Lalita Palika. Hari Bol. One for US. Mahesh Prabhu and Lalita Palika's family. US, right? Yeah. We want everybody to at least give a one set, one combo I want. And one for India, one for US. Yes. Yes only, okay. Prana Gopika Mataji, one. What you said? You want a combo or no? Oh, only one. Okay. Just put one US only. Okay. Anybody else is still there? Okay. Bunny. One for US.
Haribo.
They are our just coming for 1 year and she has been chanting 16 rounds and doing a lot of service. Thank you. And this year she took shelter from ready, yeah.
Haribo.
Very good. Thank you. We are missing anybody from online? I know we are not going in Zoom, but social media, if they are watching it? No, okay. Okay, here, guys, last chance, please. We will go for otherwise Krishna 10. As it is a mini ISB. People call we are mini ISB. All our screens and design looks like there is no difference between ISB and ITCB Yogapeeth. People call mini ISB. So there is no difference here. Our culture is book distribution and spreading this message. So we will do maybe as Vaisesika Maharaj's favorite, Krishna 10. We can try and see.
Krishna 10. After this is got down to 1, it's finished. The opportunity. Never miss an opportunity. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7. You have to raise your hand though. 6, Krishna 5.
Yeah. 1 for USA. Yes. Haribo. Prema Kesari
Krishna
Mataji.
10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3. Haribo.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6.
One. Nilamani Prabhu, 2 sets. Nilamani Prabhu, 2 sets.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8,
One
Krishna
more.
7.
1 for US.
Haribo.
Rasika Sudev. Haribo. 1 for
Krishna
US.
10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2,
Haribo.
Krishna 1.
Here, Brajras. 1 combo for Guruma. I was looking for a combo, man.
Krishna
Haribo.
10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7.
1.
Haribo.
Renu.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna
Yeah.
4.
Syam Sundar. 1 for India for Guruma's birthday.
Haribo. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3.
Here. 1 for Guruma Manjula Khan.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna
Haribo.
1, Krishna point
1
5.
for India.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point 125, Krishna point. Haribo.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna
Here,
3.
1 for Apuruparadhika for India.
Haribo. Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1,
Any kids?
Krishna point 5, Krishna point 25, Krishna point 125, Krishna point.
Here.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point 25, Krishna point 125, Krishna point 0, 0, 125.
Here, Mataji Upasana. Putra Mataji, sorry.
Haribo, Krishna 10, Krishna 9, Krishna 8, Krishna 7, Krishna 6, Krishna 5, Krishna 4, Krishna 3, Krishna 2, Krishna 1, Krishna point 5, Krishna point 25, Krishna point 125, Krishna point 0125.
Okay, we'd like to thank you everyone.
Haribo!
Haribo. How many sets we did, Prabhuji, in total? No, the number of sets? Okay, don't worry. We'll calculate. And
It's a
we'll talk
lot.
about, you can directly pay, you can contact Hari Sankirtan Prabhu, Srita Kamala. Huh? 39 sets.
Haribo!
31 Haribo! 31 sets. That's good. We are just a startup company here, but nevertheless, we did amazing by contribution and all. So we'd like to thank you. And regarding the payment, you can directly pay to teamisb@gmail.com, something like that, PayPal. But anyway, Hari Sankirtan Prabhu will guide you how to pay. It goes directly. We have also credit card, but you need to pay the expenses of fees, $3, and that will be transferred also to ISB Books. So either way, do it tonight. We'll help it out. Please contact Hari Sankirtan. Raise your hand. He's there. Please contact him directly for getting this one. Or Madhuri, she's our book distribution, and Sadasiv. Any of the book distribution you can contact to get these things done. Okay. So the next step of our things is just like to announce that today a lot of devotees. Ananda Vrindavan, are you there? So we just like to acknowledge there are many devotees cooking tonight. So would you like to say who else?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, today two sponsorship are there. One is Raman Prabhu and Babli Mataji. They have been sponsoring. Thank you so much. And Aparupa Mataji and Subhankar Krishna Prabhu Subhabrata. She is visiting from Calgary, Canada. And we have, you want to sponsor? Hari Sankirtan Prabhu is also sponsoring. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So we have many cooks today because it's a big feast. We have Prema Kishwari Mataji, then Renu, Vani, and who else? Suman as well. And Aparupa Mataji, of course. And Suvarna Gopika Mataji as well as Yogeshwari Priya Mataji. And Prana Gopika Mataji. Thank you all so much for cooking. And now we'll have Nashima Kabya's birthday as well. Okay. So today we are celebrating the second year anniversary of Yogapeeth. Last year Mataji could not make it, but Prabhu was there cutting the cake. But today is Mataji's turn because it's her birthday. So Mataji is going to cut the cake. Yeah, it's here, right here.
So also we have, in the meantime, they are getting the cake. So our final signature is nursing a prayer by the kids. It will be done. And then prasadam will be served. So before that, we have also Yogapeeth snacks. A lot of things have been done by Bengali special. Mishti Dahi and Sandesh. So please don't miss it. So it will please take one. Yeah. So those things, and Bhavana Boutique is there. Anyone coming for the first time today? Oh, please give a big round of applause. What's your name?
Pallavi Pathak.
Pallavi. And you're coming with the family? Okay. So please say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Your name?
Vivek Desai.
Vivek Desai.
Krishna.
Thank you for joining. And today's the cake, beautiful cake, was prepared, made by Apurupa Radhika Mataji. And she wanted to say, we are doing so much, but no, she wants to do for Mataji for this birthday.
So today prasadam will be served outside, not inside here. So you can come from there, or you can come out and make a line, and you can come inside and eat, okay, after the Narsimha prayer. And thank you very much.
Is it outside in the picnic area?
Yeah, we'll do the birthday, then after that, yeah. Can you turn on the light there? Bottom, no, bottom. Yes. Haribol. So we'll take one speech from Mataji, then after that we'll do the Narsimha prayer. Can somebody hold?
Thank you all. It's my honor and pleasure to be with you all here tonight in this lovely center. And this is quite a masterpiece, this cake. It's absolutely beautiful. So who made that? It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I pray that you meet all your goals here. You have all success. You're off to a really good start after 2 years. It's making a name. You're making a name for yourselves here. And it's a much needed outpost because you all can't come so far every week to ISV. It's quite a trek. So we appreciate Bali and Ananda and the rest of you getting this center going. And as I said, I wish you all success. And please keep me in your prayers that I may do something to make my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, happy, because that's my goal in life. And I need your prayers. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. So if you would like to be seated, please be. We'll do the last of the program. Who wants to sing? All the kids?
Just me. No, bro, you sang it for so long.
Okay, the smallest kid gets a chance. Okay, all of you, please be seated. All of you, please be seated here. Rhythm. Okay, get started.
One sec.
Okay, start.
Oh, shush, bro. I don't need to listen to your answer. Bro, shush. I don't need your long Narsimha prayer. That was just me right now. No, bro. No, just him. It's just me. Okay. No, it's just me. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladalajadayine. Hiranyakashipurvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimhamadem Sharanam Prapadye. Tavatara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. I don't need your antics. I'm probably gonna repeat it again. I need to make it long. Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. It's also my life. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhyascha Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.